Hello, this is Jared. Hello, this is Jared with Helios Health and Wellness, and here I'm interviewing Matt. Matt, what company are you with? Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Matt Freeman. I'm with Near and Partner Sugar Bush here on Mountain Glen Farm.
Okay, and how long have you been with the company, and what got you into this business?
I've been running this sugar bush for approximately 9 years now. I've been making maple syrup pretty close to 30 years now, and just joined on with them just to get the sugar bush here running again.
Excellent. All right, so how big is this farm? How many acres and trees do you have?
The sugar bush here is approximately 50 acres. We have approximately 1,100 taps here on the sugar bush.
Okay, and generally speaking, how many taps per tree?
Just depends on the age and the health of the tree. Basically 1 tap per tree. Just if the health of the tree is bigger, we sometimes go up 2 to 3 depending on the age of the tree.
And approximately how many gallons of sap does that produce per tree?
Gallons of sap per tree, it equals, they say, a quart of finished syrup per tap. So it varies per tap per year.
So with this farm here, what would you say the average production is per year in gallons of finished product of maple syrup?
The average production is anywhere from 300 to 500 gallons of finished syrup.
Wow, that's quite a bit. All right, could you show us what the tap looks like and kind of how that works and all this tubing that we see behind us?
All right, the tap is a 5/16 tap. It taps into a tree, then it goes down into the tubing, which goes down into the main line.
All right, here we got on this tree, we've got at least 3 taps.
3 taps because of the age of the tree, and it has a healthy top and a lot of fine twig development up there.
It's a big tree. So these 3 feed into the main line, which is the blue tubing we see over here?
Blue tubing here.
And then does it flow naturally, or is this a vacuum?
This is under vacuum.
Okay.
We have 21 inches of vacuum on this side. It goes down into the wet dry line, we call it, and then down into the releaser, which is down in this little building here.
Okay, I'm going to get down there in just a minute. So does the vacuum process, the tubing here, does that in any way affect the health of the trees?
No, all it really does is it opens up, like takes the atmospheric pressure in the tree and changes it so the sap flows easier.
Okay, so speaking of sap flowing, what is the triggering event? You guys harvest, right at the end of winter, the beginning of spring. So what's the triggering event that starts the sap flowing?
Once it unthaws above 32 degrees, we like days to be right around 38 to 40, and nights right around 26 to 28. So it freezes and comes back down the tree.
Okay, and then the vacuum just pulls that, from the tree as it starts flowing into the main line.
It pulls it through from the vessels.
Okay.
And lets it flow easier.
So I've got a fun question here for you before we take a look at how the processing is done. What is the craziest use of maple syrup you've ever come across?
I put it on anything from pancakes to steaks to potatoes. I put it on ice cream. I put it on everything.
Awesome. We've heard master cleanses used as medicinal purposes.
It could be done as that. There's 25 antioxidants in maple syrup.
Okay. Also heard there's high levels of magnesium, high levels of manganese, zinc, copper, and several other trace minerals to be found. And doing some research, also found that Native Americans were the first to start producing the sap and using that on venison. So you talked about using it on steak. It sounded like the chiefs in early days were actually using it until the Europeans came over and actually started processing it. So the production of maple has been going on for hundreds of years. Yeah. All right. And from what I understand, what's the length? I know it could be pretty long as far as actual production from a given tree.
Per year, a season can last anywhere from a week to 6 weeks to 9 weeks.
And how many years can you get production out of a given tree?
As long as the health of the tree is good.
So 100 or more years?
Yeah, we're tapping some trees here that are 110 years old.
Awesome. All right, we'll be back in just a minute.